Really been listening to music like that, so I'm gonna throw it back for y'all.
Hey,
Pause.
yo!
Pause, bro.
Oh, man.
Main Chapter Podcast episode 288, I'm gonna say. Could be wrong, could be right. Who knows? I am Two Dems, the real is back, the real is back.
Come on.
I am him Neutron in the flesh. Listen, I don't know what to tell you. I tell you every week, do your Googles. If you don't know, get to know. Dancing DK, watch your back. I'm gonna pass it to my partner.
Cole Sanusi, Don Koyo in the building, the one and only, aka LL Coolins, aka Cino, aka Hollywood Cole, aka Dub Dad. Coming for your left there, your right there, surround sound, smart speakers, portable speakers, you name it. We are present. Episode 288, apparently.
I don't know, I could be wrong.
Let's get it.
7G45 Juice led my name 45 silent. It's gonna get you both way. It's the East, 10-4 Haynes.
Yes, sir.
R&B voices are very much present.
Hmm.
Black Mom Dove,
Brr.
GAM.
Yeah,
My God is better than your God.
that's a fact.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. I think the only place to start is Pusha T and Travis Scott. CLIPSE released their new single, So Be It. Push had words for Travis on there. How do we feel?
You cried in front of me. You died in front of me. Calabas took your bitch and your pride in front of me. Can we talk about the tune first? The tune is crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, it's cold.
Pharrell heard all the complaints.
They went 2 for 2. I can't believe it.
That beat is nuts.
For real.
Yeah, man. I feel like I don't know what, yeah. I really like Pusha T. I feel like he's unintentionally really funny. Like he just doesn't have any filler or filter
Mm.
when he says things. Like he just says things as they are. And it's very hard not to agree with Pusha based on Travis's character. You know, like there's very much things that Travis does that are questionable. So from that perspective, I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. Like he's gonna put him on wax as a rapper, and he's gonna say what he's got to say. I do think there's some sentiment. I do think there's some like some truth to the fact that like with Pusha, it's a bit like, what's the point in doing this?
Yeah,
Because like Travis is like he's not a rapper's rapper, you know, like you're not gonna get a response from man. He's not like, of that ilk. So the reality is, and I'm kind of saying this as I think it, it's like why? Like what's the
yeah.
point?
I'm the same. I feel like Bush doesn't want to become that guy because he's so talented. He doesn't need to become this person that he's sort of evolving into, where you're only known for disses and verbal. And I feel he's going down that path. I do
Mm.
agree with the sentiment that Utopia is nearly 2 years old now. Why didn't you say this sooner? I get that you want to make bread, so save it for your album type shit, but I just feel it's a little too late. But I love the diss, so I'm conflicted. And I feel like his criticisms of Travis are valid. I just feel, again, in Push's career, similar with the Drake stuff, it might be right message, wrong person. Um, I just don't feel, I don't know. And then also, you're not going to get no strikes for dissing Travis. No one in the history of hip hop will. Like, that's not the opponent, you know? Even I'd respect going against Ye more because, I don't know, he might be heated. He might have words for you. You know he's going to put out a tweet. But for the most part, Trav be keeping to himself. We know why Travis is the way he is. He operates as Switzerland now. I think it's pretty grimy, some of the stuff he's been known to do. Obviously, the meltdown goes without saying, going to Paris, linking up with them at the LV headquarters, doing all of his spiel, as Push put it. Again, sicko mode, going at Kanye, who's supposed to be his mentor, knowing that what Drake was doing on that song, still putting it out, and then similar with what he did with Like That when he was saying play that shit. He just seems to be around and instigating some of the biggest rap beefs of the last few years. So it's like pick a side, bro. I hear it, but at the end of the day, it's still Travis Scott that you're beefing with. Like, come on, this is that Voldemort beef in Harry Potter. He's a teenager, bro. E-man, what say you?
I just think you guys are talking about a bit of nonsense. I think he had the right to say what he had to say. I even changed the background to the new album that's coming out with the clips. Um, as Colin said in the beginning, the track is still phenomenal in every level.
Yeah,
Bars are just impeccable. You're like, your soul don't like your body, will help you free. Then wait for TMZ to leak it. It ain't no secret. So be it. So be it. That is phenomenal writing. I couldn't care less. And of course, there's the other bars on top of that as well.
that sketchy line is incredible.
Oh, top tier, top tier, top tier.
Now, what are we actually talking
Um,
about? He might be one of the best rappers of all time, you know. Where does he
um,
rank?
I have no idea, and I don't want to get to that conversation right now. But yes, he's definitely considered to be one of the top tier lyricists of today. I would say today. Um, but if we are, I'll answer your question in the aspect of I think Pusha T has the aspirations to be within, in terms of writing, close to Jay-Z and close to Biggie Smalls, especially because of his rap patterns. And also when he spoke about it um, in the documentary. I don't know where it was, either on Netflix or one of those places. He was speaking about Biggie Smalls and the similarity of how he wasn't feeling Biggie Smalls at first. And then when he heard it and then he heard the rhyme patterns and it was just like, that's something to like really emulate. And then when you listen to his music now and you listen to Biggie Smalls, you'll hear the similarities, but I
Mm.
digress. Um, if we're speaking about Pusha T, and Travis Scott, I think the issue is that Pusha T will address whatever he wants to address when it's time
Mm.
and on his own time. He doesn't care how long it will take. He will address it when he needs to address it. Um, on top of that, he's had to face the situation with Def Jam in trying to release the album. And
Yeah,
when he's working on the album, he wants the album to be great. More importantly, this is a CLIPSE album, something that hasn't happened in a span of, I think it's 15 years.
yeah,
So, not only that, this is Pharrell production. This is Louis Vuitton, um, Louis Vuitton house. This ain't like this is where they do orchestra, they do everything. So this is like top tier. This is creme de la creme. Like you can't just be there for bands for just spitting two bars. This is where you're going to go there to present your best work, and they
mm.
may hang in the room if possible. So then now when you ask the question why are you addressing it now, we have to factor all of that in. Um, the second point of it is why Travis Scott. And I think I've seen a few content creators speak about this. And to an extent, I kind of agree, but it's kind of hard for me because Travis Scott very much one of our favorites. You know,
Yeah.
Collins's favorite track of Travis Scott is Antidote.
Who?
But Antidote, that's your favorite track.
Me?
Yeah,
Why is that?
it plays every time you start the car.
No, that's 80s.
Oh, 18. Oh, my bad.
Oh, that's funny. I lose the clock. Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
18.
as soon as you step in that Beamer.
Oh, I missed that. I missed that car. But yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. Sorry, for my confusion, but
I was like,
Antidote is
antidote.
hilarious, by the way.
but when it comes to what Travis Scott has done, if we really think about it and where Pusha T kind of stands, it's like, okay, cool. Listen, Ye and Drake are not on good terms. Then he drops Sicko Mode, and he's basically talking about how I'm gonna drive on the block, down the block. Yeah, take a right, bust a left. It's on sight. Over stripes. So he's basically saying it's on your track and you're supposed to be my guy. Cool. We may fix that, but Pusha T sees that as something that's really off and doesn't sit well with him.
Yeah, understandably
Cool.
so.
Let's now go to the point that Pusha T is making is that Travis Scott comes to Louis Vuitton to present his album whilst they record it. Pusha T has like a time schedule where he's very similar to Eminem, where he comes in, he records from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and then that's it, he's going home. He's not staying there like a studio rat. He has no time for that. So someone is coming to basically take time away from him, he's already annoyed.
Yeah.
So when he was talking about like, I didn't really want to see him there. And then him specifically, I thought that was funny when he said it. But cool, he's done that with the Drake situation. Cool, let's move forward now. You're now playing the album, you don't have the Drake verse. Either a day later or a week later, irregardless, the Drake verse comes out. Now, if he had the Drake verse in the tuck and he was parring off Pharrell, sorry, he was dissing Pharrell, he's disingenuous for that.
Yeah.
If he didn't have it, and a few weeks later, or the day later, or a week later, the verse comes in, and then he drops the album, he should have still not put that out.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you came all the way to present this. You came with love. Well, if that was your point of view, and I'm only speaking for Travis, because Pusha T just says you want some monkey stuff, bro.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny to call him doing like saying you're doing the monkey dance. Like, I don't like your whole aesthetic.
For real. And Drake was going in on meltdowns.
Exactly, and it's just
He was
like
really trying to cook.
meltdown. We're not wearing the Louis stuff, so you went all the way there. You've done all of that. Whether you knew, is 10 times worse. If you didn't know, it's still 3 times worse.
What the hell did Pharrell do to Drake, man? God damn.
Nothing. I think it's because Pharrell doesn't want to work with Drake because of one, the Pusha T stuff.
Yeah.
Which is one thing for sure. And then on top of that is the Wayne, the Birdman situation where he didn't get paid for the what happened to that boy? He didn't get paid for the production at all. So it's just like, you know what? Since I didn't get paid for production, I don't have to mess with you at all. And I think Drake has done as best as he could to try and get a Pharrell track somehow, some way, shape, or form. There's the Pharrell track with Brent Fires. I think it's Brent Fires and Drake. So him inserting himself in that situation. If we go even further back as well, there is the reference track for Rihanna, Lemon.
Okay.
I think that's when he was trying to insert himself into that fold as well. And then they were like, I don't mess with dude, but
Yeah, because I
since you
remember
got a
Pharrell
reference
was
track for
annoyed
him,
about the
cool.
Lemon freestyle or whatever.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's a reference track or it's a
No, that
freestyle,
Lemon
but either
remix
way,
never happened. I mean, Lemon itself is not a good song. Make no mistake about it.
it's a great song.
Nah, nah. I get it how I live it.
Mad ethnic.
Nah.
The original one's okay. The Drake remix is fucking dog. Pardon my
I'm not
So it's
language.
a
hot on them.
remix. I thought it was a reference track, so my bad. But part itself, I thought it was a remix. It's sorry. I thought it was a reference track, but it's a remix. So even that itself, he's tried himself to insert himself next to Pharrell, and Pharrell's like, "Nah, I'm not having it." So all these games have been played, and then you do the meltdown verse, and you say out loud, "We're not wearing the Louis V stuff, and I'm gonna melt down all your chains."
Mm.
And it's like, okay, cool. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And Pharrell, on one video, he said, listen, we will deal with it when we need to deal with it. We take note, we deal with it, and we deal with it when we need to deal with it. Pusha T dealing with it right now. So that's my stance, and that's how I feel about it. But all I can say about this album is that it's a really good rollout. Like
It is, it is.
from trying to put it out with Def Jam failing, and then them man saying, nah, it's not viable. Then he buys his way out of the deal, goes to Rock Nation, gets a distribution deal. Everyone's loving Ace and Trumpets. Everyone loves that
Yeah.
track. People bumping it now. This track as well. Yeah, I mean,
Nah, it's a good
cannot
rollout. I
wait.
can't hate it.
But to speak more about Travis Scott, do you think he knew what the verse was about, or he didn't know?
Nah, it's
What?
pretty clearly
What?
an attack at him.
What? Drake's verse?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mustn't. Travis must have known, man. Surely. Am I being naive? I feel like it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, I think so.
Mind you, I feel like Travis is a bit airy-fairy, so Lord knows he might just be like, "Oh, I swear." But I mean, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna say yes because I think it's too obvious.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
So then now Pusha T basically has a point in saying what he said. However, we have to talk about the fact that Pusha T knows way too much, man. He
Just
knows
that I
way
need to
too
go to the
much.
toilet. Carry on though.
Man,
Alright,
push your
cool,
T for a reason, man. Man has the T.
cool.
He wasn't lying.
He wasn't. But I just think, all in all, I think when it comes to um Travis Scott specifically, this is what I gathered the information from different content creators, and pretty much they're all saying that as you said, he's very wishy-washy. There isn't there isn't something to stand on. Uh, and not for nothing, I'm not saying that his music is vibes. It's not.
Mm.
There isn't something like to stand on specifically, and that was very very interesting because it's like, what do you mean by that? And to explore that, for example, we look at Pusha T. His music specifically um, speaks about the morals, the conduct, the lifestyle of drug dealing. But in that, you can still take the lessons from the morals and the conduct of a drug dealer and how they conduct themselves and how they behave with each other, how they see the world and how they perceive the world. Same thing with Jay-Z. A lot of people, I've been listening a lot to, what's his name? a few content creators talk about Jay-Z's music, and when I now look at his music, it's be like, oh, okay, cool. There are certain elements where he's speaking specifically about the game, about how individuals should conduct themselves and how people to spot a fake in this situation and that situation. If we go and speak on R&B music today, or Drake, for example, Drake speaks about his personal life and how he handles women, whether that be a great situation, whether it be taking other people's women, it doesn't matter. There's always something there. Whereas Travis Scott, I don't know, can you see anything, any substance where it's like it's consistent other than vibes?
It's just, rager slash turn up slash, I don't know. I understand what you're trying to say. I just think when it comes to music, like we can't really pick and choose based on because the content's gonna feel different to everybody, right?
Yeah.
What I will say about Travis is that what he had initially between the Alfaro days, days before rodeo, it felt like something new. It felt like something not of substance, but it had its own unique character. And you can tell as the albums have gone on, it's become more and more commercialized and more diluted and more about the check and less about the feeling. He tried a thing with Utopia and it definitely took a step in the right direction, I guess. But I feel like ultimately the level of quality has diminished. Whereas with Pusha, obviously he's gotten older and his music has actually gone better as he's grown. So if I was to compare the two, I think the content is the content, right? Like it is what it is. But I think if you're talking about quality of work and projects and time put into it and whatnot, and I think Pusha's obviously clear.
Mm.
Maybe that's what Pusha's point is. Maybe he's like, listen, bro, like not only are you a sellout to us, man, but you also sell out to yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're out here selling all these bundles, you're out here just putting product first in
Just,
front instead of like the actual essence of what you're trying to do, which is the music. So maybe that's also
do you know certain celebrities, they don't feel like a person. They feel like an entity or a company. And Trav falls um into that bracket for me. How much can this human being sell and make off of his name and what he's done? There ain't no credibility. I don't know how to put it to him. Who someone said who even is Travis Scott? Like I don't know any of his views. What do you stand for? Who
yeah.
do you stand for? You know,
I
go
I
on.
think with him, yeah, I feel a bit sorry for him. And the only reason why I say this is I actually think he means well. And I think even especially during the Astroworld tragedy, and you might be able to speak to it more because you watched the doc. But I
Mm,
feel like he actually means well. He obviously likes making music. He loves his fans. He actually loves what he does. I just don't think he's very smart.
yeah,
So I don't think he has the wherewithal to actually know like how to conduct himself in
yeah. I
in
mean,
business and as like an entity. So he's just like, oh, well, if I get the bag for it, that's great. I'm gonna do that. But he doesn't also,
mm,
you have to kind of have some sort of like that's why you never see my man on like, talk shows or like do interviews or stuff like that.
yeah, yeah,
You're not gonna extract much from man.
yeah. It's
He's
true.
always high. He's way too high. Every time I
Yeah,
see him, I
that
just think
helps.
he's high. He's off something. I'm like, all right, man. Because
He said
that's the
it.
one thing that really annoyed me the most. And this is the one thing that I sent to you, David. It's like, bro, you're at Barcelona and you're raging, but like everyone's like, I think football culture in itself, it's a topic for discussion at one point. I think we should sit
Mm.
down discussion of about football culture. But you could see where he was sitting, one, and two, everyone's behavior. And it's like, brother, you need to read the room. And he's just there, he's raging, he's just there like everyone's looking at him like, are you on something?
Mm.
And I know that's part of a brand, but sometimes you just need to relax, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you just need to relax. And but yeah, so like I think to add on to Collins's point, I think yeah, he's always trying to sell something, but I think in that he's almost sold himself, basically. He's
Yeah.
selling himself as well.
It's man, I don't know, man. He he's in a predicament because he's not only getting jumped musically, but he's getting jumped socially as well because they're cooking him for that Astro documentary, and it's just that it seems like more on that situation is being brought to light. Not that he can help it this many years later, but I don't know. He's not having a good time in the court of public opinion. He's in that bracket of people who they can release music and everyone can forget the bad things that they did, but it's going to be a hard one to shake off because you're getting this lyrically, and the Astroworld documentary has done him no favors.
Did he put it out, or was that someone else that put it out?
I think it's an independent, I don't know, body because
And what's the
he
vibe
could not have
from
approved it. Huh?
what was the vibe from the documentary itself? Was it good, bad?
I mean,
What
do
is
you
it?
know what? The vibe from it is terrible. Like it's bad. It is bad for him and Live Nation, but more so for Live Nation. But I feel like he's gonna have to take the responsibility. It's Astroworld. It's his brand. It's his name attached to it.
Mm,
Yeah, he's gonna have to take that one. I can't lie.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a sad, I mean, it's a tough time to be him. It's a bit of a sad situation, but you kind of also feel this has been coming for a little while. I feel, especially now that we're in this beef era where it feels like people are gonna send a diss, so no one's head top is safe.
Mm. I think if he just keeps low, he'll be all right. Just I think Push is the main event right now. He needs to hopefully do that. I'm sure the Clips album will be good. Um, but I do just to I guess round up. I do low key agree with you, though, Demi. Like I feel like with Push, it's like I I think to be fair, man, as you broke it down, it does make sense. Like Travis has done enough things publicly to be like, all right, man, what are we playing out here? But I just assume Push would just be like he's small fry. Like I don't even need to waste any bars on him type shit, you
Mm.
know. But anyway, it is what it is.
I just don't want Push
So
to go down the route of
Toby,
Chip.
what was that?
I
Say
don't
again.
want Push to go down the route of Chip, where it just felt like every thing they were doing had to be related to a diss.
Yeah.
Well, but then again, he did reply to what's his name, Jim Jones, on the debut. But then I think it's more of a response though. He's always responding. He's never. I don't think he's instigating. He's always responding.
Nah, he instigated the Drake thing
No,
on wax. On wax, he did infrared, and then Daily Duppy was a response to infrared, and then obviously Story of added on. Here he's defo instigating again.
yeah, but then he did two birds with one stone. So the infrared was a response to two birds and one stone.
But didn't Two Birds and One Stone come from a situation that again he instigated?
No, because the thing
Because
is,
what Exodus in
Pusha
it?
T has no, because the thing is, Drake has always because Drake started it. Pusha T was like, okay. Then he did I'm gonna go really far back in terms of the history. what was the track? Dreams Money Can Buy. Pusha T did a response to Drake with Dreams Money Can Buy, the instrumental, and he did a take on it. So he just responded, and then Drake obviously went out and said, "Yo, much love to Pusha T, but next time you respond, make it clear." So they've been doing this small back and forth, but Pusha T was responding to Two Birds, One Stone with Infrared. Then he came back with not Daily Duppy, he came back with Duppy.
Daily Duppy is crazy, my bad.
Then he came back with Duppy. Then he just came back with Story of Adidon, and he put that to rest.
Yeah, for sure.
However, Drake has been coming back bit by bit here and here, but now Pusha T's obviously turned around and said, "I'm not going to respond to him. I don't see him as a man." It's crazy, crazy. It's crazy to say that, but with Travis Scott and his situation and how he's been moving, I think it's a response to it. It's just like, hold on a second, let me just address this. Someone needs to say something about this. It's just not on. And he's just saying this behavior, yes, it's Travis Scott, but we're talking about a bunch of people too. But this is Travis Scott. Conduct yourself. I don't like that. Cool. So he's responding to behavior. He's not just going out and saying, "Oh, you're moist."
Yeah.
I guess but the timing is convenient now.
But yeah,
I agree.
Way too convenient. Like this whole
Don't get me wrong, I
rollout
like the dust,
is
but
just
it is
perfect.
convenient.
Say that again.
I said I like the diss, and the more you explain it, man, I hear it, but the timing is convenient.
Yeah. I agree.
11th of July is coming out, man.
So be it.
What a time. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let God sort them out. IJN.
That's an idea.
Next topic, I guess. Iran, Israel, USA. World War Uno Dos Tres. Let's get it. All I know is I'm not being drafted.
Wait, do you have a British passport?
I do.
Getting drafted, my guy. We're gonna see Derby front line, bro.
Yo. Nah, they've got to be kidding. They've got to be kidding. They all need to relax.
For context, currently, well, a lot of people should know, but for context anyway, Israel decided, the nation of Israel, led by President Benjamin Netanyahu, pardon me, he has come out and he's done Operation Rising Lion, I believe that's the name, and it's to attack Iran on suspicions of the fact that they have nuclear weapons. And Iran has done everything it possibly can, according to officials and intelligence. It's done everything it possibly can to follow guidelines to make sure that they cannot develop or attempt to develop a nuclear weapon. However, Israel has its suspicions. So it said Operation Rising Lion, and it went and sent missiles to Iran and successfully attacked them. And Iran said, bet. And they sent missiles back, and they penetrated the Iron Dome, which is a protective mechanism designed to protect it from missiles from all terrorists or outside forces. Fast forward, the United States is thinking of getting into it. What's your thoughts?
Everybody sit down. Sit down. This ain't needed. Nobody wants this. Nobody, like literally no one. No one. And the fact that MAGA is turning on him, the far right or more right leaning news outlets are turning on him. Yeah, it's gonna get dark for him, I swear. I
I
promise.
know who.
DT, Donald Trump. It's over. It's over. He cannot, because that'd be the worst thing for his presidency. They'll wig him, I promise you.
Think so.
1000%. It's literally the worst thing you can do. America doesn't want to go to war. I don't think America can afford a war. Nobody wants this. This is literally like the most unanimous. We don't want this thing ever. And I think people are now. Even he might have had some backing over how much he loves Israel, but even people are like, bro, the country's in the bag. Let them man sort out their thing. What they're doing is disgusting, and it's becoming clearer and clearer every day. I don't know. I cannot see them. I can't see this being a good idea for him and his presidency.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've not been following it too much, but obviously I'm aware of it. But just looks peak, man. Like
Mhm.
they're really getting in. And I don't mean in a jokey way, like
No,
genuinely, like
no, they really
some of the
are.
footage I'm seeing is peak. Like they're going crazy. Then what's it called? The missile strikes are like pinpoint accuracy, like straight to the fucking defenses and anywhere that they're doing it, like you said, man, anywhere that they're making any type of like weaponry, they're just going straight for it. And imagine just living in a city and just seeing that. Like that's
Yeah, yeah,
peak.
that looks insane.
That's crazy. But
They've
hey,
really lit up the sky.
they
I
threw
would have thought it was a
stones, so
shooting star.
they threw stones. So this was bound. Iran said, watch this space. So
Oh, this space is crazy.
it's like fair enough, man. Go to how you live.
No, I hear it. It was a warranted
My thing
response.
is this: is that I'm just thinking. I have no information, no conspiracy theory whatsoever. But I'm just thinking the United States cannot and will not go to war with Iran for several reasons. One of those reasons being the relationship that Iran and Russia have currently at the moment, and China. I'm not saying that that relationship itself is the greatest buddy, like, oh yeah, we're boys, we go way back. Yeah. But that relationship is good enough economically to suit them, especially because Russia and Iran have sanctions. So they have to do with whatever they can to make sure that they both benefit as nations,
Mm.
especially with China because of the amount of resources Iran has. So they're looking at that aspect. If they are going to go to war, they may be facing Russia or China because of their international interests and relations. That's a better term to fit it.
Yeah, yeah.
The second reason of why they may not go to war with Iran is because the moment they go to war with Iran to back Israel is the same time they kind of lose focus on fighting Hamas in Palestine. Not saying that they don't have enough information and enough intelligence to go and combat Hamas. It's just that the resources that they may have would be absolutely weak. It'll be
Yeah.
weaker than it would have been before. The third reason they can't go to war is because the moment they go to war with Iran, Russia will complete its phase on taking over Ukraine. China will then go and take over Taiwan.
Mm.
And at that point, the United States will lose all of its power and resources in combating those specific two places. Because if we currently look at the Ukraine situation at the moment, the United States basically said, let's make a deal before we even try and because of Donald Trump, the president Donald Trump right now, he's turned around and said, listen, let's look at a deal that suits us before we even come through and then back this whole situation.
Yeah.
And that's put EU in a position of like, well, if the USA is not backing it, we're just going to be spending money for no necessary reason because Russia's going to win. If we have USA backing, cool, we can push through and then really get through this. But if that's not the case, then it's peak. We can't push forward. So that Ukraine-Russia situation, that needs to be resolved immediately before they make a decision to go and make a decision to go and help Israel fight another war with
Iran.
for Israel with
Russia.
Iran. My fourth reason is that Iran itself is very self-sufficient. Though it's in a place of sanctions, it's self-sufficient.
Mm.
We've clearly seen how well they've managed against Israel.
Yeah.
Whereas with neighboring nations such as Lebanon, Jordan, Syria, they've not been well equipped and have not been well prepared for anything.
Yeah.
To combat Israel. So right now, and the fifth and final reason is what you man have said, especially Demi. Demi said it very clearly. Everyone has made a unanimous decision to say we don't want this war, and there's no point. There is no absolute point of us going into war with Iran. We don't want it. There's no point. We don't have any beef with them. We don't have any PUSHA. Just leave it. If anything, if we do have PUSHA, it's the one that we caused them.
Yeah.
We took over their royal family. Yeah. Then after taking over the royal family, they put in people that they then didn't agree with. So then now they just said, okay, cool, we're gonna beef them then. Like we're just gonna beef them for generations to come. And then now Israel, Netanyahu's been saying since 1994, 1992, oh, they have nuclear weapons. And it's like, no, they
Man,
don't.
he's just talking out his ass.
So
he's the worst thing.
Yeah.
He's the real problem. He's the real problem.
So without any conspiracy theories or anything of that nature, those
that was well broken
points.
down.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. I don't even think that's in conspiracy theory land. I think that just was good judgment. But yeah, I think that's where I'm just frustrated at the situation. War is not necessary. If they can avoid it, whatever they can do, they need to.
For sure.
Facts.
All right. Well, I think that was the two topics. What music do people have?
I would have said So Be It, but it's not on any DSPs at the moment.
No.
Yeah, it's otherwise I would have been bang. I would have promoted it myself.
Yeah, I hear it. I should promote it myself. I'm going for the Cat State remix by Tim Does It. Great song of the summer for me.
Go dummy like I'm Cat Slew.
Yeah, he went in.
Is it gold on me or go dummy?
I think it's gold on me.
Alright, fair enough.
Either way, it's a win.
I'm gonna pick a song by Masego and Freddie Gibbs and Rory from the
What?
More podcast called Off
Like
Road.
that. I love that for him.
Rory's in his DJ Khaled bag, but
I've seen.
pretty good.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm trying to find there's this one track. It's Pusha T and Travis Scott.
What?
Yeah, they have a track together. I got diamonds on my chopper. Serve it to my blocker. Yeah, that's my blocker.
Isn't it Blocker?
I think it is.
Yeah. It was on that mixtape though. I don't think it's on DSPs.
Oh no, it's here. It's blocker. Yeah, blocker.
That song is
Okay.
forgot about that song. Flipping it.
All praise to the Most High on both sides. I pray to God. I pray for hard. I won't lie. Come on, these are forever bars.
Yeah, no, he's him. He's him.
Yeah, I need to listen to that mixtape again. What is that name of that mixtape?
Um,
It's like with the white cover, isn't it?
yeah. It just says wireless. It just says wireless live.
I'm gonna find it after this.
100. All right. Main chapter.
No. It's not. It's not nostalgia.
No, it's not nostalgia.
So, not,
You wanna see a dead body?
no. My name is my name. It's not my name is my name. It's
Wrath of Cain
Yes.
came out in like 2013, ages ago. And then the song with Rick Ross on it, that's hard. Blocker has Travis Scott on it.
Yeah. So
That's funny.
it has what's the name? What's my man's name in OVO? Popcorn. It has Popcorn and Travis Scott.
What the hell?
Yeah, Pusha T has been working very hard
That's
to
Yeah,
not
only
he has.
create high level, mate. High level.
All right. I've got to bounce. So, because this hay fever is killing me. So, Main Chapter Podcast, episode 288. Peace, love. See you in the next one.
Blessings. 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 Blessings.
All right. I'm going to jump off because this hay fever, I'm losing. Peace, man.